Hello, everybody. Presentation on planning models and theory in health, as well as the social marketing assessment and response tool. This is the table of contents, which highlights every slide I will be going over today. These are the key definitions for what I will be going over today. They include theory, which is frameworks used to predict health behaviors and to guide the creation and implementation of interventions, as well as parts of theory, such as concepts and constructs, and theory-based, which means based on theory. Concepts are the building blocks, ideas of a theory, and constructs are concepts that have been developed and defined for use in a theory. Behavior change theories are theories that attempt to explain how and why people change their behaviors. Interventions are any actions that aim to improve human health. These can be things such as treatments, procedures, activities, informational websites, and more. Planning models, a variety of different models that can help a health educator in creating effective program planning, implementation, and evaluation. SMART, which is an acronym which means Social Marketing Assessment and Response Tool. SEM is Social Ecological Model. And the marketing mix is a set of tools and strategies used to market a product or service. Importance of planning models and theory. Theories and planning models are very important in health promotion as well as health education. Benefits of theories and planning models include understanding health behaviors further, finding and identifying a target audience, developing strategies to create and implement interventions. These also help to assess components of behavior change practices such as needs assessment, program planning, program implementation, and program evaluation. Social ecological model is an ideology that looks at many different factors that interact to affect human health and behavior. These factors include, but are not limited to, the individual, which is biology and other personal characteristics such as age, education, income, health history, relationship, which is a person's closest social circle, friends, partners, family members, everyone who influences their behavior and contribute to their experiences. Community, which is the setting in which people have their relationships, such as school, workplace, home, neighborhoods, and this seeks to identify the characteristics of these settings that affect health. And society is any societal factors that favor or impair health. The social ecological model emphasizes the integration and interactions between the different factors and states that these levels or factors are not isolated. This means that if one area is affected, it will probably have effects on other areas since they are constantly interacting. Social ecological model applied to theories. Theories in health try to predict health behaviors. The social ecological approach can be used to help predict these behaviors by looking at the different factors that influence them. This information and data can then be used to create and implement interventions that can succeed at a higher rate because interventions can be made to address multiple factors or levels that influence the targeted group of people trying to be reached. For example, if an intervention was being created to promote physical activity in a more sedentary community, looking at multiple factors that influence the behaviors of the people in this community, such as weather, age, community resources, can be a great benefit in trying to create a successful, resourceful intervention. Social marketing assessment and response tool. The social marketing assessment and response tool, or SMART model, is used to establish a relationship between social marketing and culturally specific interventions and holds promise as solutions that are more likely to be adopted by target audiences and to result in the desired health change status. This model is comprised of 7 components, and they are preliminary planning, identify the problem and set goals, audience analysis, identify the target audience and their needs, market analysis, identify competitors, supporting factors for behavior change, and establish the market mix. Channel analysis, discuss communication techniques, assess for options for program distribution. Development of intervention, develop appropriate intervention, pre-test and refine program. Implementation of intervention, put the program or intervention into action, and finally, evaluation of the intervention, evaluate the results, effectiveness, success problems of the program. Why SMART model is important. The SMART model is very important for many reasons that include effective behavior change strategies, a targeted audience, culturally specific interventions, and the evaluation and improvement of programs and interventions. The main objectives of the social marketing are to bring attitudinal and behavioral change, to develop a helpful environment that reinforces and sustains change within a public health community. Social marketing hastens the acceptance, rejection, modification, neglect, or maintenance of particular behaviors of the targeted audience, consumers, and policymakers, according to an article done by Kakar in 2019. Smart model applied to real-world scenarios. For our scenario, we will be looking at the physical activity level in high school students. So for our preliminary planning, step one, our problem is the lack of physical activity in high school students, and our goal is to have students be physically active for at least 30 minutes a day. For audience analysis, our targeted audience is high school students on Long Island. For market analysis, the supporting factors for our claim and for our model are many community resources for students to be active in, such as parks, gyms, fields, schools, plenty of cost-free options where students can get out and be physically active without having to spend any money. And there's a large variety or a wide variety of different types of physical activity that students can do outside of the classroom and even in the classroom that can help to achieve this goal. Some hindering factors that could affect our outcome are the laziness of students, technology nowadays, like video games, TV, phones, that could keep students sitting down or not doing anything. And other campaigns have failed to fully reach target audiences successfully, which is something we are going to look at next. For channel analysis, our form of communication is through social media, physical education class, and after-school programs. For the development of interventions, we've created a few. Social media accounts created to start physical activity ideas and community resources because a lot of students, or almost every student, is on social media. So if we can create social media accounts, we can get ideas out there to a more wide variety of students and reach more students. After school clubs and teams created to enhance physical activity and movement. Bulletin boards put up around school with ways to exercise and where to go outside of school if you want to find those ways to exercise. Websites and other resources provided to students who want to learn how to move more. And then we also have to test and retest these interventions before we can implement them, which leads to step 6, implementation of the interventions, which is where you integrate these programs into the school life for students. And then finally, the evaluation of the interventions, where we track the effectiveness and success, as well as identify problems or weaknesses and improvements that can be made. Now, a summary of what we went over in this presentation. Planning models and theories in health are very important because they help to understand health behaviors, find and identify target audiences, develop strategies to help this behavior change, and create and implement interventions. The social ecological model is an ideology that looks at many different factors that interact to affect human health and behavior. 4 of these factors that influence these behaviors are individual, relationship, community, and societal. The social ecological model can be applied to theory because this model allows someone to look at the factors influencing human behavior and use those factors to create interventions that affect behavior change. The SMART model integrates social marketing and the implementation of culturally specific interventions to affect behavior change for a target audience. There are 7 phases of the SMART model, and they are preliminary planning, audience analysis, market analysis, channel analysis, development of the intervention, implementation of the intervention, and then evaluation of the intervention. The SMART model is important because it creates effective behavior change strategies, a target audience, culturally specific interventions, which is very important when wanting to reach a target audience. You want to appeal to their culture to get them to want to do it more, and the evaluation and improvement of these programs and interventions. And then finally, this is the reference page.